Namaste everyone. In today's video, I wanted to share with you how you can identify when the universal energies are actually speaking with you, giving you signs to basically follow your passion, your intuition. The most important part is following your purpose, life purpose. And most of us we don't identify our purpose right away, or sometimes we begin with something and then we don't know if that's our path, and then we tend to question ourselves and be doubtful about what's our life purpose. But most of the time, if you actually learn to tune in, the universal energy or something, some sort of energy out there will actually attract you towards your path. But what you need to know is learn to tune in. My name is Priya. I'm very passionate about sharing positivity, empowering others to live their life to their fullest. We're all creators. We have the capability to create our life the way we want. So let's make it beautiful together. Let's dive in. So today's topic, I mentioned about learning to tune into the universal energy. If you think about it, we are all one. The oneness is the key thing you need to remember in this lifetime. I know we have our own life purposes and we are unique in our own way, but at the end of the day, we can't really live without each other. And it's not just human to human, it's all beings in this earth. We're all interconnected. All the five elements are interconnected, and all five actually makes this earth. And all that five elements is also within us. So it's important to feel that connection and tap into that connection to be able to manifest whatever you want, to be able to live your life the way you're supposed to be living. If you think about it, even trees, we can't live without trees. We can't breathe without the trees. But how often do we pay or show our love and respect to the tree? I mean, there are so many people that do it, but do you do it often enough? Or sometimes we just go in our day-to-day life without really giving recognition to these things that are important in our life. And that works for anything that are really truly interconnected with us, which is like every connection we have around us. If you look around you, the air you're breathing, the earth you're stepping on, the anything that you're touching basically has some sort of connection to the earth and to the beings around us. So it's important to in order to get the right message that you need to be able to manifest what you want. Sometimes it's not logic, and it's important to recognize that sometimes you feel like you want something, but you don't know why you want it. And when you don't know the why, because usually when you want something, you know why you want it and you get that, or you try to get it. But if you don't know the reason behind it, but it's something that's pulling you, then you have to understand there's a greater purpose behind it. If it's pulling you towards something, then either the universe wants you to experience it for a life lesson. It could be positive or negative, but at the same time, if you're moving towards that, then know that there's a reason behind for that, for whatever that is pulling you towards it. And if you're doubting why it's pulling you, and if you don't know if it's right for you, the best thing is to, instead of putting labels on them, instead of judging anything, just to kind of accept things as they are. Sometimes we often whatever we see in our life, let it be somebody else's experience or experience that comes towards us, that we experience. Most of the time we tend to put a label on it. Either we put some sort of emotion that, I don't like this, this is bad for me, this is always happening to me, why me, that kind of labeling. And then also for other people, we tend to judge them. They're always making bad decisions. They're always doing this. But instead of being so judgmental, instead of being that way, try to just kind of embrace what's happening and accept it as is without putting any label. The number one thing that I would like to mention here is awareness. Awareness is very key for everything in your life. When you're aware that something is happening, then you can go more deeper into that. especially if it's a positive experience. Conscious awareness is very important. The one thing that really helps you is meditation. And there's different types of meditation. People usually get confused about meditation if they need to follow a certain way. Even breathing exercises, sometimes people get confused about, how much am I focusing on the breathing in and out? Is that true meditation? True meditation is when you don't attach yourself to any thought form. And it could be you're focusing on your breathing, it could be focusing on whatever it is, but whatever thought form that comes through you at that time, just observe and let it go. Just know that it's coming and be aware. You can't just ignore it. You know it's coming, but don't hold on to it. So whatever thought form that comes in, don't hold on to it, let it go. When you start practicing like that and you continuously practice, eventually you'll get to the point where you feel like you get more deeper meaning behind whatever you're seeing. And it's very important to kind of connect to that, the communication, because that's the way universe kind of takes you where you need to go. And you can dive deeper. You can find meaning in your life doing that. So next time, just try to put meditation in your daily practices. And it's not meditations about, following a certain person or a certain voice. Whatever works for you is good. So if that's what works for you, then go for it. But it's important to bring awareness and know how your thought form is. Maybe for the next 7 days, try practicing what are the type of thought forms that are coming in your mind in the moment. And when you focus so much on what's coming, but not holding on to the thought form, allowing it to let go, and maybe have a journal and write things down and see what type of thought forms are coming, and then you can kind of see, is this where you want to go? Is this why are you getting these thought forms? Can you imagine sometimes, and this happened to me recently, where I watched a movie and then the next day I watched another movie without realizing, without even searching for that type of movie. And I know people can say, oh, internet knows what type of movie you would want, but this wasn't something that was popped up. It was just something that I randomly clicked on without knowing what I'm clicking on Netflix, and I just randomly chose it. But the movie was so meaningful for me, where it provided some answers that I was kind of reflecting on in my own life, about living my life happily, and it was so meaningful that it came out of nowhere, but I felt like that message was meant for me that day. And same thing happens. Sometimes you see random messages. You open up Instagram or you open up something online and you see random messages, but sometimes you find the meaning that day it was meant for you to see that. And sometimes when you really, when you're aware of it, you can kind of connect things in your life. And if you're not aware, you'll just read it as a message and you move on. So that's where the awareness is very important. I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, please click the like button and share this video with others. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and click the notification button, as I'm very determined to creating weekly videos for you guys to empower you to live your life to your fullest. Until then, namaste.